This video is on the basic care and maintenance of the tuba. As you can see, the tuba is very large. I have it right now resting on the ground next to me, and it is almost coming up to my shoulder length. So it's very important that as a beginner that you are very careful when addressing the tuba for the first time and each time after that. If your program has tuba cases, I highly recommend that you take a look at our baritone video as far as how to address the case and how to open it for the first time, as the tuba will be very similar, just on a much larger scale. Unfortunately, my program doesn't have any tuba cases, so it's always very important that you're careful if you do not have a case when you're carrying it around, when you're moving it from place to place, and where you set it down when you're not using it. Sometimes when you're playing, you can notice that your instrument is producing a gurgling sound. That is caused by condensation that has been built up in the tube of the instrument. Condensation is caused by the warm air that your breath and that your body produces interacting with the cold metal of the instrument. If you notice that your instrument is producing that watery gargle tone, what you need to do is empty the water. To do that, you need to find the water key. Now this particular instrument has two of them. One right here on the off of the first valve, and one right here off of the main valve. So to empty the water key, simply put it into playing position, hold down the water key, and put some air through the horn. You don't need a buzz, you don't need to play any notes, you just need it to put some rushing air through the horn to try to empty out all the water. To oil our valves, simply grab some valve oil that you can get at your local music shop and unscrew the cap. Find the valve cap and unscrew it all the way until your valve comes out. This is what the inside of your valve looks like. Once we've removed our valve, simply take your valve oil and apply 1 or 2 drops to the top of the valve. Okay? That valve oil will spread as you push down the valve back in its casing, and only 2 to 3 drops is really all you need. So once that's done, simply slide it back in and then push down on the valve. Now you'll notice that it's not letting me push down all the way. That means that the holes aren't properly aligned. So once you push that in, simply turn it to the right very slowly until you hear it click. Oh, there it is. See? And now I can push down the valve all the way. That means it's properly aligned. Okay, let's show that one more time. So take the valve, slide it back into its casing, slowly rotate. Oh, and there it is. Okay. If it takes a couple times to figure out where it's properly aligned, that's okay. Just take your time, make sure you do it correctly. Okay, once it's in, simply screw back the cap all the way on again, and you're good to go. Let's go ahead and repeat the process with the other 4 valves. Middle valve, again, unscrew the cap, slide it all the way out, three or 4 drops on the top, and slide it right back in. And there's the click, and it's properly aligned. third valve. Now as you get quicker, you'll notice that you don't always have to remove the valve completely out of its casing. If you just kind of leave it sort of in and work around it, that should do what you need it to. Wait for the click. There it is. Screw this back on. And finally our fourth valve. You're good to go.